Ladies and gentlemen,
Whoa.
welcome to the first episode of Jackie's House.
That was crazy. Well, hello everyone.
That was dope. That was cool.
Sorry. Gotta
Okay.
make a transition.
That was perfectly timed.
Yeah. Well, hello everyone. This is the first episode of our podcast. We've decided on the name Jackie's House, so that is what we're gonna call it.
Yes.
If you're listening to this, then there's one of three options. One, we showed you it,
Yes.
so you're one of those folks.
Yeah.
Two, you somehow randomly stumbled upon this.
Sorry.
Or three, you saw one of the people we told, promote it.
They did their job
They
and
did their
actually promoted us.
So if you're in that third group, give a shout out to the person in the first group who
Yes.
showed you it so that you could be in the third group.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
But yeah, so if there's three of us here, we're gonna hopefully be the three regulars. We could switch it up every week because sometimes we're just not available.
Yes.
And that's just how it turns out.
And then we'll probably have another guest,
Yeah, we might have some sub-ins here and there just to get the ball rolling. But
Just to
Full
make it a
house,
little
BB.
spicy.
yeah, exactly.
We're a house,
We're a house,
Not an
Jackie's house specifically.
Yes.
not an apartment.
And
Sorry.
long bit.
Don't narrow it down for the people.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, not an apartment, not a condo. Just to keep
We're in a
Definitely
box,
not
actually.
Not a mansion.
Actually, we kind of are in a box because we are recording this in my very stuffy room because this was kind of our only space to do this. But we really wanted to do this to kind of get it out there.
Jack's
What is the reason we're doing this? Just
Get her voice heard.
Have conversations.
yeah.
great
Listen
conversation.
to it later. This ain't for y'all. This is for us.
It's for this
I'm just trying
household
to hear
only.
myself.
And we just thought it would be a cool idea if you guys kind of
Listen.
joined us.
Yeah.
Joined us on this kind of.
If you agree with anything we say,
Then that
more
means you're-
power to
That means-
more power to us.
That means you have to subscribe and
Yeah, you
become
have
a
to
regular
sub.
listener. We should warn them about the noise things. You hear this? That's me in
It's
my
a
chair.
chair.
Sorry. I'll try my best not to move. But yeah. So I am Rylan. This is my voice.
Yes.
I am one of three hosts.
I'm Angelo. If you get used to my voice, I might, interject here and there. Say some random.
Shit. Maybe
yeah,
clap
random.
a little.
Yeah, I might clap.
Yeah, he might do a loud snap
I'm
here and there.
very physical, so
Very clappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clap back. I'm Mariel. I got other nicknames.
Yeah. We all
do.
Yeah, so
really.
you'll learn them quick, hopefully.
You will learn them. Yeah.
Watch the next episode. Listen
Yeah.
to that.
Just keep listening to
This
them all.
is my voice.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
Well,
Get
also,
Or leave.
you're the
No, I'm
girl.
just
You're the
Oh
only
yeah, I'm
girl.
the only female.
So, yeah, and she's the only girl who will ever be on this show because this show is actually a no girls allowed show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only bros.
She's one of the guys.
Bros only.
Bros only.
Bros only in this house.
Well, these two as a collective also have their own little thing, right?
Do we?
We do? It's in the works. We'll promote it later.
It's like a.
Up and coming.
It's like a thing on the on the back burner.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Back burner.
It's a project
Dude,
Well,
you're good.
for later on. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
You always gotta have those.
And I also do things as well, but not a lot. If you're into a very specific niche on the internet, then
Yeah.
I could maybe my content appeals to you. I do a little esports commentary. I'm also a beat writer for esports as well, so
That's fun.
I keep up with the stats
Can
and
we
stuff.
insert like a little clap?
Beat it up.
Like, woo,
A little
cheering.
okay, yeah. No, there's a clap. Woo.
Get some punches in there for the beat,
Okay,
because he's a beat writer.
is this?
He's some-
I don't even need to input the sound effects now. Yeah, and that's what I do. I'm also we're also just kind of working in projects on secret though.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
secret,
so give that a
so if you stick around for that, you might be around for the inception of those kind of things. But other than that,
You want to share your interests?
My interests? Whoa, put me on the spotlight. Wait, what do you mean?
Like basically what he said. He's into esports and a beat writer. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
like fashion.
Yeah, you do.
I like shopping.
Yeah.
I like food.
Yeah.
I love food.
You're kind of an all-arounder.
Yeah. I'm kind
all-rounder.
of basic, but I also like anime a lot. I could talk about that.
Ooh,
Maybe
anime
in a
segment.
probably in a different episode, but if you're into anime.
Anime segment. Welcome back to the anime segment. Today we're going to be talking about this season's lineup. Yo, fall 2019. How's the lineup for fall 2019?
I don't know. I feel like a fake fan right
Oh,
now.
Wait,
okay.
for what? Sorry.
Because you know, like those
like,
those
expected.
deep anime fans, they're into those like it's like, oh, what's this season's release, and then it's like fall 2019.
Oh, right,
Oh,
yeah.
actually, wait, My Hero's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, it's this week or next week or something.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
19th.
Oh, and then Ruby Volume 7.
Oh my god!
Very
Yeah.
excited
Fun.
for that. Yeah.
Very excited for that.
Soon.
Shout out to Rooster Teeth.
Shout out to Rooster Teeth. I want to work for you one day. Please hire me.
Hire me. Hire me, please.
Yeah, we're out here in sunny California, still very sunny California on October 12th. So
Yeah, that's a big yikers.
Don't you love it?
that's a big yikers. It got cold for a couple days, and I was like,
For a
oh,
week, dude. Only a week. It reached like the 60s, and then next week it hit like 80s again.
Really
Like,
waiting for this hot girl
California.
summer to end.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these hot.
Overstaying
Girl
its
summer.
yeah, it's overstaying its welcome.
Yeah, I'm not trying to enjoy this summer anymore because I'm more of a fall boy myself. I enjoy the cold weather.
I was born in the fall.
So that means you're instantly a fall boy.
No, you're born in the summer, so
I am.
And we're born in the fall.
there's no
But
correlation.
you've told me that I thought you liked summer better.
What?
I like.
Is it the vacation
No, I
part?
just like the beach, but I like
feel
summer. I don't like doing nothing in the summer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're
It
just
sucks.
chilling.
Interesting.
Fall, winter, I can do nothing and be perfectly fine.
Oh, I see what you're
You know what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah, in the
Because
summer.
you justified yourself. You're like, oh, it's cold, it's rainy, I don't need to go out.
Yeah, but I also don't mind going out in the winter
Me too.
just to get those fits off.
Hey, fit pic.
Yeah.
Follow his Instagram,
Yo,
guys.
vibe check.
Vibe
Vibe
check.
You should rate his vibe.
Yeah, rate my vibes, please.
You guys haven't even said your channel. Oh, but do you not want to?
Not yet.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
not yet.
confident with the content we have.
Yeah, it's just a couple vlogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a bit personal right now.
It's just like kind of. There's not really any format to it. We just
Random.
record every
I
now
see.
and then snippets of
Life.
our lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
How fun.
Maybe I'll have like a solo vlog or whatever.
Yeah.
At a, day in my life.
Mm.
Yeah. But you kind of did like
Kinda.
do one, yeah.
Kinda.
That's
It's
kinda
funny
awesome.
because like we did our Vegas thing and then she did her.
Yeah, that is fun.
Or
LA.
LA
It's
thing.
it's like a
Different path.
split off. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll like converge again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally watching my life.
Will they see what they see what we want them to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like I'm fake.
Ooh.
You gotta put that disclaimer in there.
I'm not-
We're not fake. We're totally not fake. Okay?
I'm not fake. I just want to show you what I want to show you.
Yeah.
Like my personality.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
But you know what? That's everyone on the internet. So if you're
That's
thinking
social media for you.
So if you're thinking that's wrong, then you're probably a hypocrite. Take that, you freaking loser.
Yeah.
Boo.
No, wait, no.
Just kidding.
We don't cancel culture here.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
cancel culture. Got him.
Got his ass. Or their ass.
Get the bomb drop in there.
Ooh.
Boom.
No.
What?
No.
Get
The
bomb
sound
drop.
effect. The bomb drop
Right.
sound effect.
You want me to do that? Okay, here it is. There was a big.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's a long silence. I have to find a long sound effect
Moment
to
of
fill it
silence.
out. Or I could just put multiple bombs dropping.
Rolling
So
thunder.
destructive. It's
That's
like
an
the
8
world
kill
is
streak.
ending.
Or I could put nothing in, and it'll just be funnier hearing us attempt to describe to my future self what to do.
Imagine you're listening to this in a car right now, and it's like
Yeah.
pretty high volume because you got nothing else to listen to. And then it just goes to silent, and we're like,
First episode is unedited, completely
Yeah.
raw footage.
Completely. So you even want me leaving the first 15 seconds where I said I'm just gonna let this go, and then we can start whenever.
Yeah.
hold up, join our Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon. Definitely not doing this for money. Doing this for the funsies.
For the fun.
Because we're just three bros three bros where two of them like to
Three
kiss each other,
brothers.
but you know.
Sometimes.
We'll let y'all figure out who likes to
It's
kiss each other.
no, it's definitely these two.
Yeah, we're kind of
Actually, me and Angelo have something to tell you, Mario.
Oh my god. I'm stressed.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
We're actually the two that like to kiss each other.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
The kisses he gave you were
fake. Not real.
Fake fan.
Accidental.
Oh my, so are you telling
kiss.
me?
How you accidentally? Nah, we good.
Yeah, don't justify it.
Yeah.
No.
Stop it.
Stopping.
Stopping. Momentarily pausing.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have a segment or like a topic?
We have segments, but I was just gonna smoothly go into segments. We were just gonna talk. Gonna go into.
Why you gonna laugh like that?
But
no, just kidding.
it is the end. It is getting close to the end of the year, which is crazy because 2019 being almost over is wild.
We're hitting the 2020s.
Yeah, the roaring 20s.
Bro, that's crazy. What if history just repeats itself and
it is the roaring 20s?
kinda-
That means in the 30s there'll be a Great Depression, and then the 40s there'll be a
if you really
World
think
War.
about it, the cycle happened twice, where there's
I think there's a lag to it because we're pretty. I think we're nearing a recession again.
because there was
There's gonna be another
high,
2008.
then low, and
Trade wars escalating.
I feel like it's just public opinion is different than it was 100 years ago. So to say that the roaring, because the thing that made the roaring 20s was because everybody was jazz was just coming about, and
That's true.
everybody
it
was
a
kind of
cultural thing.
that's
too.
why you always hear older generations talk about the
Music.
the 80s were the best generation. It's more like the 80s you were just ignorantly you just lived in bliss because it was just
you're ignorant.
you know it wasn't that they're ignorant.
Can't wait
it's
till I
that
can live in bliss.
public opinion was definitely at an all-time high in the 80s. Well, now public opinion is
Very, very,
not so good.
very
The
low.
US is only the best country as long as we say we're the best country.
When really,
if the public is saying we're not the best country, then we're not the best country. That's just how it works.
We are
Did you hear
people.
about I think it's the group called the YPG in the Middle East, where I think the US you know what, cut that out.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
notes on it, but I think we can make an episode about it.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
Yeah, anyway.
We'll circle back to that some other time.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can we cut
I'm not gonna cut it out. It's gonna stay in.
Sorry.
We'll come back to it.
swear
If you
I'm
want to
more
hear Mario
knowledgeable.
talk about the YPG, make sure you tune in another time. because
Honestly,
we will.
Just because we mentioned it once but didn't talk about it, that's time for you to brush up on it.
Yeah, look up what the YPG is, because you'll know more than I do.
So when you come back
I'm
to
not
listen
gonna
to
brush
the
up on it.
episode when we actually talk about it.
I'm literally gonna wait till she talks about
Yeah.
it. I'm not gonna learn, so you'll be smarter than me.
Yeah.
So look at that.
Yeah.
It's on a very high
Important.
bar to get past.
Current events is important.
Yep, current events are important.
Yeah. Some people just like to not.
But we're not trying to be a downer here the whole time. So
We're not.
well, don't worry. If you're
We're
listening to the
funnier
first
than
you're
that.
listening to the first 15 minutes, like dang, aren't getting into politics and stuff,
Yeah.
bros.
Nah, we're not. We're
We're not
really
usually.
We're just dipping our
honestly,
toes.
We're not like that.
But
We're pretty.
something did come out.
Oh,
It was Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie.
Yes.
That did hit the
Have
stage.
you watched it yet?
I have.
guys?
We just watched it
What about
yesterday,
you
actually.
guys, the audience?
I hope you liked it because
you better have watched
We're gonna
it,
talk
'cause
about it.
Yeah, we're gonna
right
talk
now.
about it.
But probably this will come out
we could do.
a week. Wait, when did the movie actually come
Recent
out? Like 2.
in October.
Joker 2019. Let's see.
Here's Joker.
October, right?
Yeah,
on.
I think it was October. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go,
Go,
Siri.
Siri.
Okay, well, hold on. We can't find it for now.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, guys.
I swear it was just 2 weeks ago, maybe.
it was sometime recent.
Yeah.
And by the
Very
time this
recent.
comes out, it's okay.
It won't
so,
be a spoiler. It won't.
Also, yeah. So we do have the numbers for the opening weekend and stuff. So let's see.
Let's get into that.
Let's get into that because I know it made way past it took to make it. So that's good. But obviously, it's a superhero movie, and we'll get into the whole
Super villain movie.
It's a super villain movie.
Yeah.
He's a villain.
Origin.
What was your first super villain movie? Suicide Squad.
I haven't even watched that.
Good. You're not
That's
missing.
what I've
much.
been told.
Super villain movie.
The only cool part of Suicide Squad was when the Flash was in there.
Interesting.
Wait, what?
The Flash.
My
He was
gosh.
in there for like the beginning when they were like showing how they all got captured, and then Captain Boomerang like robbed that bank, and the Flash goes, he appears, he goes, "Crime doesn't pay," and he charges him, and then that's it. That's all you see. It was like a quick
Was
segment.
it Ezra Miller or no?
Yeah, it was Ezra Miller.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember Suicide Squad. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Wait, but super villain movie?
Yeah.
There's not a lot, but
You telling me you haven't seen Catwoman?
No, I haven't.
the Halle Berry one.
Yeah.
With the
I
really bad
haven't.
The
CGI.
really, really bad one.
I haven't seen
Dude,
that.
they use CGI just for her to climb a building.
That's kind of sad.
Why don't you just do the trick where it's like they're like crawling on the floor, but you angle the camera so it
Yeah,
looks like the
That's
climb.
what they did for
Sam
Spider-Man.
Raimi, yeah, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man did that, and that movie's super old. So
Also a classic.
okay, so let's see. Joker conquering newcomers with $60 million. That's a pretty good opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, there's not a lot of direct numbers on there, so we're gonna try to figure it out for you
Who's the
folks.
actor again?
Joaquin Phoenix.
He's insane.
He's really good.
That man is crazy.
He kind of scared me.
He goes through like massive body transformations for all the movies he does.
Yeah.
Like a couple movies ago, he was kind of yoked. He was ripped, you know.
But this
And-
one.
He was.
And
He was the guy in Gladiator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just does
He's
these.
very good, like character.
Yeah,
actor,
yeah, like he
Embodies
gets
the
so into
character.
his character.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Joker's definitely a recommend from me.
Jared Leto wishes he was that.
Oh,
Shots fired.
Stop
like,
your
no,
offending the
'cause-
4 DCEU fans.
No, because like when Suicide Squad did come out, weren't they saying like, yeah, Jared Leto like was really like trying to act like the Joker on like on
he's
set.
a method actor.
Yeah, even when the cameras were off, and like the whole cast was like kind of distancing themselves from Jared Leto.
That's awkward.
But it's like, bro, compared to like Joaquin
He
Phoenix,
didn't even have to do that much.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to. In order to be a good actor, you don't have to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be so into it that even when the cameras are off, I'm gonna be a character. It's like you're just annoying at that point. That was kind of the whole Jim Carrey thing, but I'll get into that another day because that's actually
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's actually like a what's it called?
You have some qualms about Jimmy.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's also more like that's still like a two-sided thing. Like it's a controversial thing, so it's fine. I just think that there's one movie he specifically did where he had this instance, or here probably when I say this, you guys will instantly know what I'm talking about if you know the story. But there's
Is it Man on the Moon?
no, he was acting as someone who like passed away, so it was like a biopic kind of.
Oh.
But he like had a conversation with the person who was like acting as like daughter, and he said like he was able to channel the spirit of the actor, and like he was like, yeah, I had like a conversation with the daughter.
What was the movie?
I can't remember the movie.
Was the guy a comedian?
Yes.
I think that is Man on the Moon.
Okay, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, he was. I forgot the name of the guy, but yeah.
He was like in general kind of like a quirky dude.
Like even for a comedian, he was weird. He would like go up on stage and like
just
spout like literal like gibberish. Yeah, but
wow,
I don't know.
Cool guy. But anyway,
I didn't know that like Jim Carrey was saying like his spirit like overflowed like.
yeah, you guys could
bodies.
fact check me on that one because I don't have the story in front of me, so I can't 100% confirm that. But that was definitely like
It just
what
sounds
happened.
Weird. Yeah.
Maybe the circumstances were different. Like maybe I think the main reason people like that wasn't a big deal because I think like the daughter said like she like was down with that, so if she's cool with it, that's fine. But it's like just trying to talk to your dead dad through like an actor who's acting as him is weird. At least to me, it could be.
There's like
not to
something
other people.
Kaufman is the guy.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so Joker, causing a bit of a stir, I guess.
Wait, really?
I mean, yeah, because people it's not a kids movie. It's edgy. It's
What did you
What are you
expect,
expecting
sir?
though?
Well, I mean, I just think when people see like a superhero character getting a movie, they think of the Marvel formula, where it's like a kid-friendly,
No.
let's go beat up a bad guy kind of movie. When honestly, it's so boring now. That's so boring now. I don't.
It was only cool with the nice characters. Now they're gone.
Yeah, now they're gone. So do we really want to see Doctor Strange fight just 2 villains in a row for his trilogy, and you know,
Sorry.
it's like I would like to see Doctor Strange go somewhere because they have an opportunity to go somewhere super weird.
Yeah.
They could make it quirky.
That's very
I want
true.
to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, what could they possibly do that would
I
make
don't know.
that?
I just like the movie.
No, yeah.
I just
I
like the
think it has funny writing, and I think like the character development is cool. But I think like there's nothing really to develop for those characters anymore.
That's very true.
Especially Quill. His storyline is so done.
Yeah.
He resolved his mom issues in the first movie, his dad issues in the second movie, and then like his personal issues in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Like now all he's doing is just waiting for Gamora, and Gamora's gonna have an arc.
Waiting for Gamora to
remember, or I guess not even remember him.
just become the Gamora that he wanted.
Exactly, which is gonna be like weird. It's like we're just waiting for Gamora to become.
Yeah. When
So
they're gonna do Adam Warlock, they tease that in like the end of the second one.
Yeah, Adam Warlock.
It's just plot.
It's just
It's just plot.
bigger boys,
Bigger baddies.
bigger baddies,
God.
pretty much. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because they also have to somehow find a way to put Fantastic Four and X-Men in this universe, which is gonna be weird because like Iron Man's dead.
Wait, didn't they say they were gonna make a movie just for Doom?
Is that true?
I don't know, but that would be cool for Doctor Doom. Possibly.
I guess it's just that Doctor Doom just generally hasn't had a good history on the big screen.
That's true.
Even like the best interpretation of him was just like the movies that were kind of zany, the old Fantastic Fours. Yeah, his most recent interpretation where he's just like a metal man or whatever.
Just that remake was very, very, very bad. The one with like
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And like the fact that the director was like trying to come out after and be like, but it was the studio that ruined my movie. It's like maybe they had some creative things to say, but mostly that's on you, fam. You can't,
How do you feel about with like I feel like Marvel was like at its peak, and then now they have all these extra stuff like going on to that Disney subscription.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
We'll talk about that as well. Yeah, because that just went live recently, I think.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I think I know my cousin recently already like signed up for like 3 years worth of Disney.
That's true.
Plus.
It's like a subscription of like fixed thing, right?
Yeah. And it's weird because not that I'm even interested, but Apple has their own.
That's right.
And
Apple streaming or something.
Yeah, and
it's like an
what do you call it?
iTunes store
Jennifer
thing.
Aniston.
Aniston.
Yeah, she already has like a movie on there because they showed a trailer of it about like some like news anchor shit. I don't know.
Wow.
Not that I don't. I like her.
I think she's
really
fine.
I don't think I really care about that Apple thing.
No,
She's fine.
What? No, not like that. She's old.
She
now.
cool.
No offense.
You like Rachel or Courtney? No.
Rachel. Are you talking about Friends?
Yeah.
I'm not Rachel or
What's the
are you talking about
dark-haired?
Jennifer Aniston?
No,
Monica.
Rachel or Monica?
Wait, isn't there a third one?
Phoebe.
Phoebe's kind of just like a
Phoebe quirky though.
Phoebe the quirky kind of. She kind of quirky though.
Okay,
It's
but that's like, yeah.
But what we mean by that is it's more like if there's like a romantic subplot, it's either Rachel or Monica's subplot, like girl-wise at least, you know. Phoebe has one, but that's toward the end of the show, and they just put her with Joey because he's the only single dude left, and she's the only single girl left.
Yeah, throughout the show they just gave her like random boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to get friends.
She was funny
Netflix.
though.
They really do. They really do.
Unpopular opinion, but stop.
I think it is a popular.
I think it's especially among
But there's
our
also
age.
like people that feel very strongly about it that want
my sister-in-law. Yeah, my sister-in-law loves Friends. She loves The Friends and she loves Office. So like those are the two shows she could quote endlessly. So I think like I know people who love that show, but me personally, I think that show is just.
No, like Netflix could put their money towards something else or better movies.
Did you also see
and
like?
keeping fucking Friends?
Did you see the flack they caught on Twitter recently, where they said coming in 2021, we have the rights to Seinfeld now, and they're like putting that out, and then people are like, you announced you're streaming a show 3 years from now. You announced a show, or 2 years from now. You announced a show that's been done for like so long, coming 2 years from now. Yeah. Why would we care?
Yeah, you know, people like Seinfeld's biggest fans have like Seinfeld box sets. So like, what do they need it on Netflix for, you know?
yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's accessibility.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
But yeah, Netflix could have, because Netflix has some.
I think Jerry's just trying to get that bag.
Yeah. Oh my
Comedians
God,
in cars and getting coffee is ain't cutting the check.
I think what's happening is that TV shows are realizing that nobody's watching TV anymore, so in order to get views, they have to push new stuff.
But the thing is, running all of these different streaming services makes it just like TV, where it's like different channels, you know?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But from the like network perspective, I think it's more like, since they're realizing that only really new shows are getting watched, like nobody really watches reruns anymore, because that's what you have the internet for, right? If you want to watch something specifically from a show, then you just look it up. Yeah. So if they're not watching reruns, there's no point in having the rights to the old show. So all these channels are like being like, we don't need the rights to Seinfeld anymore, because nobody's gonna like, oh, Seinfeld's on, let me watch Seinfeld. You know, it's not like Cops. Like, so it's like, I think they're just letting them go, and then streaming services are like, dang, people like to binge watch a lot of shows, so let's just scoop up all these series that are over already.
Like the relationship with TV and with technology and social media is so different than how we were raised. Especially because, like, my cousin, she has the YouTube TV.
Yeah.
And that's how she watches, like, all her sports. And it's just, like, such a weird... I don't know.
Watching live sports TV
dude,
on
and then like
YouTube.
I'm knowing it's like through YouTube TV.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's how I watched the 2017 World Series.
Oh.
I did like the 7-day free trial of YouTube TV. Yeah. Because I guess I didn't pay for cable. I lived by myself, and I was like, I want to watch the world. I want to watch baseball. That's what I did.
It's definitely weird for people who like grew up on YouTube, just watching like random viral things, or like watching like some people that they've subscribed to since like, you know, YouTube started.
You're right.
And then now like you see like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
It's basically
That's
like
weird.
all the primetime TV people are taking over. Like,
not taking over.
Yeah, but they're taking up space. Yeah.
They have a voice. Which is
Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
I think Will Smith.
Jablinski Games.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Jack Black?
Jack Black goes by Jablinski Games on YouTube.
Serious?
Yeah.
He's a gamer.
Because I think it comes from like Tenacious D, where like his name was Jables.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like Jablinski.
Jack
what?
Black.
Yeah, Jack Black.
How do you feel about him?
How do I feel about him?
I feel like he's
cool.
He's like the same person in real life, and all of his characters that he plays.
Which means that like he could be funny, but he could also be annoying. If you hung out with him.
He's like a friend that's like...
We've never met Jack Black, by the way.
He's like a friend that's like, hey, this guy's kind of cool. Like, if you see him like every now and then,
like,
he's like,
what's up?
Yo, he's interesting as fuck. But like, if he's around too much, it's like, hey, this is getting old.
Why did I think of someone?
What? We ain't naming names.
That's not good.
Sorry.
He was on like a...
Sorry.
He had a cameo or like a guest appearance on Community.
Yeah.
And he played a different character, like a separate character, but he was pretty much just Jack Black, like doing like air guitar, like type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's basically Jack Black. But you know, he's not a bad person, so.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We assume he's not a bad person.
Yeah. It's just also weird seeing that like, I feel like people around our age specifically, you know, you see people that you know, follow on YouTube for a while, but then you also see, like, celebrities you recognize that are also, like, vlogging.
Right.
And it throws me off a lot. I mean, I don't even follow
I see what you're saying.
Will Smith like that. Or even Kylie Jenner. I don't even follow her like that, but she vlogs. And I'm like...
She has a YouTube?
I don't know. I think...
Don't Don't you have a show? Wait.
Yeah.
Don't you have like a whole like reality show?
Isn't
But
reality
she
show
takes
just
videos.
vlogs?
She takes videos too, or makes videos,
I
or
see.
something like that. Like following that YouTube format thing. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
That is weird because reality TV's always made me feel weird because even when I was young, I instantly knew, I was like, this is
It's
like
not real.
fake, right? There's no way people are talking about each other and to each other like this. There's
well, actually,
no way
speaking of reality TV,
well,
I've never really been into it. Like I didn't watch like Jersey Shore or like Real Life or anything like that. But because of you, Mariel, I've been watching Terrace House.
Yes.
Which is dope.
Super.
If you guys don't know, it's a Japanese reality show. 6 strangers go into a house.
I've heard of that.
And I get like it's unscripted and they just go about their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And like there is drama every now and then, but it's still weird because
you also see how
they're still
interact.
respectful, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There's no like cat fights where like people are clawing each other and stuff. Are there? I haven't watched everything.
What did you say about me, bitch? I
Yeah.
heard what you said.
I'm like, are you
Okay.
trying to take my nails? But
Yeah.
kind of like that.
And I'm like, yo, is this
Rebecca? I can explain.
I won't hesitate, bitch. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're the Vine quoting generation.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're not them TikTok generation.
I don't really. Is there things to quote from TikTok? There's things to like do from TikTok, but
like
I
a
don't know.
move, but
Yeah.
not really a saying.
Yeah.
Because there's no talking in TikTok.
I don't.
You're just
Yeah, I don't-
dancing and trying.
Well,
to
I'm
be
pretty sure
cool.
like high schoolers could like
quote.
or like they have like already like
Man,
iconic
I don't give a flip.
iconic TikTok videos or
Okay,
whatever.
but what about iconic Vine?
Well, that's ours. That's us.
Ours?
Ours.
That's our
They
generation.
can't take that away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is like a weird niche that
That's
our
so
generation
strange.
has.
Like us, it's Vine, and then there's like TikTok, and then
Yeah.
it just makes me think. Okay, what's next now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like that's a lot of people like will look at those things and then be like a little, I guess, hesitant or like afraid of it. But it's more like, dude, there was things we got to experience that the past generation didn't get to experience. So if they get to like embrace this as theirs, then like I don't really mind
we're
or
not really
care.
missing out because we had our own version.
We had our own
of it.
thing, yeah, and like like that's why it's like especially the cartoon argument. It's like cartoons aren't how they are before. It's like. Well, maybe to us,
Oh,
but like,
we could go off.
yeah, but we could go off about our cartoons.
Oh,
so like
yeah.
they could have their own cartoons.
I was just
you know?
watching Billy and Mandy like right before
Billy and
this
Mandy's great.
with my little brother.
Yeah.
And he's like 5 years older than me, but like we still watched like
Younger,
Billy.
5 years younger.
Oh yeah, younger, yeah, but we
Did
still.
you say older?
I guess.
Oh my god.
I don't know, but yeah, we still watched like Billy and Mandy, and we were watching the it was the Underfist one where it's like it doesn't focus on Billy and Mandy, it focuses on the Spider, Fred Burger, Haas Delgado, and Irwin.
Haas Delgado. Oh yeah, they just throw him in.
No, we definitely have to have a whole episode dedicated to
cartoons,
and we could even like break it down to like Cartoon Network.
But no, about Billy and Mandy, there was like about Billy and Mandy.
It's fine.
No, like because you made a point about
cool.
like, oh yeah, cartoons aren't how they used to be. Like Billy and Mandy, they were like about to like behead someone.
Yeah.
And then there was also like a scene where they're just straight up in hell.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that sounds very Billy Mandy-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like that still kind of happens in current cartoons. It's just a different medium, and also because we're just older, we don't absorb content like that before. Because when we were younger, everything makes an impression on you because you have nothing to fill that space.
Yeah.
So like you watch an episode and like you're thinking about that episode for forever. But if we're on our phones and then like I could close my phone and literally be like, what was I just looking at?
Yeah.
I literally can't even remember the Twitter post I just saw before I locked my phone.
Honestly.
So
you ever like you're on Twitter, you refresh and nothing's new.
But you still scroll?
No, like nothing's new, and then you
go to the other app.
No, you double click, exit out of
And then
Twitter,
you press Twitter
and you
again?
press Twitter. It's like such a weird.
It's like a tick. It's
cognitive
like
thing.
Yeah. You check Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I also turned off my notifications.
That's a good idea.
For all platforms, just because.
Whoa.
Can you
Well,
stop?
sorry guys.
Shut up.
Be quiet.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, social media. Don't always be on it.
Yeah, that shit'll ruin your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also follow us on it.
Wow.
If you're on social media, you might as well follow us, right?
Yeah. You can check the description. That's where I'll put all three. Never
media.
mind. I'll put what, because I personally have like personal accounts and then also public accounts. So
I should have a public account too.
I will push my public one, but I will, whatever account is in the description for them, like they'll give it to me later if they make a private one,
I
or they
can
just
give you
want,
my Instagram.
or if you just want your private one. Yeah, you could give them pimp the Instagram.
Yeah, I'll do the IG.
The
I don't know
IG.
about Twitter though.
Plug it.
IG is at Mariel. It's MUHWEEYALE.
Yeah,
Mariel.
shout out to all the people who, even though their username is different, they put their actual name in like their description or something, so that when I type in their actual name, it could pop up on like you.
Yeah, that's a shots
Suck.
fired to me because you know, like I'm a college kid.
Yeah, you're a quirky
I'm
dude.
about to enter the workforce, like the professional workforce,
Yeah.
possibly the corporate workforce later, like within a year maybe.
Or less.
Hopefully less.
My content is not for everyone.
You're right. So
Really?
you don't need to
And
put your name
definitely
to
I
it.
say some fuck shit every now and then.
Some funk shit.
Especially for Twitter, because I just use it as like, I don't even use it for like, serious or like, it's not like, oh, I'm using my voice to like state certain
We don't
things.
really have a platform.
It's literally
We're
like,
kind of a joke.
no, it's literally like,
No, I'm just kidding.
what, like if something's on my mind that I think is funny, I don't have like a notepad or like anything to write it down on.
So you just tweet it.
I'll tweet it.
Tweet it out and share it.
Yeah.
Share that shit. But also, I haven't been on Twitter in a while, so. But yeah, I don't have my name in my Twitter or the handle, just because I don't want.
You don't need to. It's
And my
fine.
Avi is like a Pokemon.
Wow. So you truly like.
I remain anonymous.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm on the header. We're on the header.
Yeah, the header. Mine's a little different.
Yeah.
Little different.
My name just, it's what do you think?
Oh yeah, my @ for both Twitter and Insta is Novice Ice Mage.
Yep.
Spell that out.
Novice.
Do I have to?
Mage.
I don't know.
It's NOV.
Or you could just go in the description.
AGE.
Unless you're listening on
Dude,
SoundCloud or like iTunes. Or something.
That sounds like a for all you K-pop people. That sounds like a really like
fan chant.
it sounds like a fan chant. Like if you like spelling out my thing, it's NOVICE AGE.
Yeah, in this house, I like twice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you know about that, then you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
if you know, you know.
It's an exclusive club. You wouldn't know about it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
they're not even invited.
Honestly,
So fuck.
Not in
y'all.
Jackie's house.
Not in Jackie's
You're not
house,
invited
especially
to
not in
Jackie's house.
Sorry.
We'll come out to you, okay?
Yeah,
We'll come out to you.
Maybe you can knock on the door,
You
and
could,
I
like-
might answer, but
You can't step in.
But yeah, I mean, Jackie has very specific rules about her house, so.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll pop
we
my
don't
head out
we don't
the
make the
window.
rules. It's Jackie's.
It's
Jackie's
Jackie's
house.
house, so it's literally not our rules.
Yeah, sorry, Jackie.
Sorry, Jackie. Missed
Sorry.
that girl.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So it's getting towards the end of the year. How's your guys' year been? Just kind of in general. 10 months in review.
That's so crazy because I never really think of I don't think in years anymore. Just
Me
because
neither,
I think
yeah.
I think
Months.
I think in semesters.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
They're controlled by the system.
I know.
Yeah, no, I
sucks.
get where you're coming from
Yeah.
because the beginning of the year, it's so different from where I am now.
Yeah.
Given as a college student, and given as a college student that transferred from
Right.
Definitely.
hometown to a place that's damn near 2 hours away.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not living with parents or whatever. Still,
Great.
I don't know if I'm happier, but I'm definitely moving on.
That's good.
Yeah.
Finding your own place.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I definitely have other ambitions that I'm trying to work on. Maybe a cafe, but that's a little different.
Well, you gotta speak
You can-
up. They can't really
Oh
hear
my
you
god,
when you do
sorry. I wanna Okay.
No, you're
well, I have like other.
Like you moved closer to the mic, but then let's talk softer.
No. Like I have more ambitions. I'm like finding out like as I'm about to finish school.
Ambitions that are like don't have to do with what you're studying, right?
Yeah.
Same with me.
And it's like
I feel like
it's just a very important concept or an idea that in college, even though you choose one major and you feel like you're stuck with it, that doesn't mean it applies to your entire life.
Right.
It's kind of hard to not be in that mindset when schools require you, certain classes to take, amount of, every little class you need for that specific major, even though you might not even want that major.
Right.
There's more to life than that.
Exactly.
Unless you want to be a doctor.
Dang, someone clipped that. Someone clipped that whole thing, dude. She's spitting facts.
Yeah.
She spilled the tea, sis,
That's
right?
gonna
Is
be
that how you say
Yes,
it?
yes,
Spill tea,
hunty.
sis.
Pop off, sisters.
Oh my god.
Like, period.
Oh, period. Wait,
Period.
how do you say with a T?
I think I just still say just period.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
get that
Period.
Get that sharp in there. Look, you see all the snaps we see
Yes.
in the wavelength. Oh
Hiss,
boy.
Yo, are we on the
hiss.
same wavelength?
Yo, vibe check.
Yo, vibe check me right
Sorry.
now.
Okay, sorry. We were just going off on this tangent.
I mean, eventually they'll understand our inside jokes. You'll
We're
catch
gonna-
on.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
very repetitive.
Yeah,
We're gonna delve deeper into the
Insiders.
madness,
To the madness.
Yeah.
Into
the Badlands.
Excuse me?
Great AMC show
The
that I
Badlands.
watched 2 episodes of.
Badlands?
Into the Badlands.
Who's in it?
I don't know any of the actors.
No one like notables in it? Is it like all their first time?
I
or?
think so.
Wow.
even the main character is just like some
Rando.
Asian dude that
I
I've
kinda
never
like it
seen
when they
before.
do that.
Yeah.
I
Reminds me of
appreciate
Kenshi
that.
from Mortal Kombat. He's pretty much him. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a sword boy.
All right, we're approaching the 45-minute mark, which means we have about 15 minutes left on this podcast. So it's time for segment.
Ooh.
Segment.
I'm gonna bring up
Drum roll. Brr.
I was gonna let that roll out.
Now we're gonna play like a little music right there.
So right here I have the lineup of 2017. Feel free to scroll through that.
All right, movies in 2017.
Yeah, so we're gonna go 2017, 2018, and then 2019 so far. But for now, let's do 2017. I'll give them a second to look because I already know my answer because I did this before.
Should I go through like popular?
Whatever movie you think you.
All right, Get Out.
Get Out was really good.
2017 has a bomb lineup, and
Yeah.
I'm doing this for a reason.
And
So don't worry.
Thor.
I have never seen Dunkirk. I think I really need to watch it, but
Oh my
my
gosh.
goodness.
I think it's just me that I'm not really drawn to
Like war
movies,
movies? Yeah, I
but
feel that.
you know, I'll
And I really like Baby Driver.
Baby Driver's dope.
Really.
Baby
I
Driver's
like
really
it.
good.
Yeah. Logan.
Well,
was alright.
Logan, I
Here,
remember
you
that.
guys, if you guys like, I could cut it if you guys want to just like look through it. So.
Yeah.
To just
Last
figure it
Jedi, Homecoming, Wonder Woman, Blade Runner. I tried watching like, okay, see, I'm kind of like, I'm a youngin, so I never watched all those sci-fi movies in the 80s.
Oh, you talking about Blade Runner?
I never. Yeah. I was like, oh, I want to watch like the new Blade Runner. Do I have to watch the old one? So I tried watching the old one. It's kind of boring.
The old one's just long. The old one just takes a while.
There's Lady Bird.
Lady Bird. I was thinking when you said 2017. I was like, I think I
forgot
love.
we watched that.
Yeah, Lady Bird's really really good. Shape of Water is
that
also
won an
good.
award?
Call Me. Oh yeah, 2017 was like fucking fire. in terms
2017
of-
has some bangers,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, Coco.
yeah. Coco's here.
Guardians Volume
Guardians.
2.
I don't know what that is. Good Time. Super underrated movie, guys.
Never
If you
watched
haven't
it.
seen Good Time,
That's me. I'm one of
Bro.
them. Never watched it.
bro, whatever perception you have of Robert Pattinson,
Oh yeah.
if you
oh,
think if
yeah.
you're connecting him with Twilight
Twilight.
still,
Stop it.
get rid of that.
throw that out.
Watch
the
Good
window.
Time, boy. That shit is so fucking
Nice to
fire.
see.
Yes.
Y'all need to watch Good Time.
Ghost Story. The Florida Project.
The Florida Project is so good.
Yo, wait, it's so
Underrated.
okay.
No one
actually,
talks about it.
actually, you're asking us to pick the best one.
Out of 2017.
This is so
No.
hard. There's so many good ones.
See,
Can
that's
I-
the thing.
Can I
That's
pick
why
my
I started
favorite year of
2017.
movies?
Yeah, 3 Billboards was really good. Florida
Maybe
Project.
2017 because no, you'll notice a stark. The reason I'm doing this is because they're gonna notice a very harsh contrast in 2018.
Mhm.
Once you watch that lineup list, you're gonna be like, wait, there wasn't really anything in
Yeah.
2018 of like super notable. 2017 was like a renaissance
Mhm.
of like
Yeah, like
just
everything
great
just like kept
movies.
on going and going.
Shout out to A24.
No wonder because like okay, Well, yes, me and Angelo are dating, but I remember specifically because we started dating in 2017. I've never been to the movies consistently.
That much, yes.
No, let me tell you, like when we started dating, every freaking Tuesday
in the summer,
we were up until the end of the year, we always dedicated Tuesdays for movies.
Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but in here, Tuesdays movies are $5.
$5, bro.
$5.
Come on, homie.
And you're probably saying like, because I saw a movie in like North Carolina or something, you're probably saying like, oh, I mean that's a little cheaper. Okay, tickets are normally like $12 here,
yeah.
So that's a huge discount for us.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say, like I really love Lady Bird. That's probably a lot of people's favorite movie of 2017.
It's mine. That's mine.
It's your favorite?
It's your favorite?
That's my top.
I don't have.
But see, the thing is, though, I don't really know if I would agree with it's most people's favorite.
Oh, really?
I think Baby Driver captivated more people than Lady Bird.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, even though I love, like, a lot of them, the most memorable
was Baby Driver.
But I felt some sort of connection with Lady Bird, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Lady Bird is, like, for some reason just captivated me.
It, like, Lady Bird can, like, speak for our whole generation.
Lady Bird is fucking good. Lady Bird's really good.
If you haven't watched it and you're, like, in your... What?
Literally anywhere, I think, from, like, 16 to, like, 24.
Yeah,
you can kind of relate to
you
it.
will find, like, even if you're on, like, you're on, like, the 24 end spectrum, you could be like, dang, that just happened. like that segment of life.
Anytime you're going through, like, a transitional phase in your life.
Just a
or
confusing, scary part. Yeah.
Buildings, Roman, what is it called? Like a coming of age film.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
It might be Lady Bird.
Lady Bird for me is just so good. After you're done, go ahead and look up the 2018 list because
just to see how shite.
It's not shite, but it's definitely not good.
Let's compare.
It's definitely like not good in comparison. Like, of course there'll be superhero movies, but like outside of that,
Black Panther.
Well, yeah, Black Panther came out.
Infinity War. It's a lot of blockbusters.
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2 is whatever. I think it's good, but
Annihilation?
I
didn't watch it.
Was it good or was it like?
I thought it was good. A lot of people are just in there for the.
Have you seen A Star Is Born?
I heard a lot of good things about it.
I have. I saw half of it. It's just not my kind of movie. So
right.
Spider-Verse. I mean.
Spider-Verse.
So
really can't
so
go
it was
wrong
a good superhero year.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else is going on though?
Wait.
Sorry.
They're sharing the.
Oh my god! Yes.
Okay, this is our favorite.
This is our favorite.
This is our favorite movie of 2018.
Because the moment we saw it, I already know this is
Isle of Dogs. Shout out to Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
Shout out to stop motion.
Wes Anderson's the goat though.
Are underrated.
Yo, Wes Anderson just has this like
underrated.
His films just has like a quality of like sucking you into its own like little world.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, and it's super quirky.
It's very like the same way that like Coraline kind of did that, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like you like.
What was that Laika or something?
Yeah, that was Laika. That was just people did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody kind of sucks.
Dude, okay.
I hear
Here's the
half
thing.
and half.
Okay, we might make people mad, but yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, movie.
Venom. Didn't you hear bad things about that?
I never watched Venom.
It's whatever.
Wait,
it reminds me of Ant-Man, where it's just kind of whatever. It exists.
Yeah, there's a lot of like superhero sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, Ready Player One.
I remember we watched that in
Ready
movies.
Player One.
We watched that.
Ready Player One's like a good thing for nerds, just to like see all of the Easter eggs.
I mean, but like, I just hate the fact that it's like one of the first. Sorry, spoiler for Ready Player One. One of the first things you do, one of the first things he does, it's like, oh, we got to figure out how to do it. You guys like ever think like if you go backwards when the race starts? I'm like, dude, that was a tactic used in like Mario Kart 64, you know, like just to try to figure out things is like going backwards. You're telling me that all the way in the future of 2070 whatever it's set in, no one tried to go backwards.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
What about Ocean's 8?
Ocean's movies are in general just great. Yeah. I think there's not, because I feel like there's very specific niches in Hollywood that deserve to have more. Like, I think mystery movies and I think heist movies, there should be a lot more of them. But because that's so fun. Yeah. It's such like a fun thing to do, but
it's like
it just doesn't get a lot of movies made about it.
It's just because like if you do like a average heist movie, it's gonna get looked over because there's already like so much you can do with a heist movie. So like the really really good ones that you ever hear about are because the person who made it had to like think creatively, you know.
Right.
Sorry to bother you.
Fantastic I was going in order.
Oh, I didn't watch
Fantastic
Fantastic Beasts.
I did watch Fantastic Beasts.
Did you like it?
That was so bad, dude.
Oh,
I know
Moving on.
exactly how I would have rewritten
Sorry
that
to
movie.
bother you.
Sorry to Bother You is a wild movie.
I've
If
never
y'all
seen it.
haven't seen
Never
it,
seen it.
I will recommend it to both of you
Okay.
and to anyone in the audience who hasn't watched it. It's so
Give a
crazy.
breakdown. Give a mini breakdown right
All
now.
right.
20 seconds.
What's it called?
Sorry to Bother You.
Okay.
So it's about a guy. He's kind of on the socioeconomic spectrum. He's on the lower side. He's what's it called? He's not so fortunate, and it's in a place where it's like income inequality is very very like apparent. The
Right.
gap is like huge, and to the point where there's like a company, and I'm pretty sure the company in the movie is supposed to be a parallel towards like Amazon and shit.
Okay.
But the company is like
Just like a massive.
it's low-key a monopoly. It owns everything, and it's definitely an anti-capitalist movie, but it takes such a wild turn at the end because like there is like a revolution and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to describe it besides it's fucking wild.
Okay,
It's fucking
okay.
wild. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Definitely
well,
watch
Mamma
that.
Mia came out.
We watched
there.
that with our parents.
Yep, that's awkward.
Mamma Mia, it's just so funny because it was so long. Like
it was so long.
like okay, all the bad stuff happens in like within the first 45 minutes.
We can move on from Mamma Mia if you have nothing nice to say.
No, it's just I like talking about it because it's funny how long it is. Like
and
it's
also, Love Simon came out that year.
Love Simon was cool, yeah.
The Grinch, the Beals.
Oh, yeah, we watched
Beals
the
Street.
sequel.
We watched that too. Wrinkle in Time,
I didn't-
if you care. Oh, we
just
did
did.
watch Black Klansman.
Black Klansman's also wild.
Kind of wild, bro. Death Cure.
That's Maze Runner. I don't know.
Um,
Blockers, yo! Shout out to Blockers.
Yo, shout out to Blockers where they can't say the
Pacific
cock.
Rim.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it, but it's whatever.
Okay, I don't really recognize some of these.
If I had to choose the favorite, it's definitely
Isle of
Isle of
Dogs.
Dogs.
Like, okay, the point I wanted to make was that if you just move one banger from 2017 into
Yeah.
2018,
Yeah.
that's like it automatically wins movie of the year.
Yeah.
There's nothing there that challenges anything from 2017's
Very
list.
true. Very true.
So like I'm wondering
Wait, can I look
Why?
something up? I'm gonna look up Best
ahead.
Picture in
for like the awards,
yeah, Best Picture in 2018.
are you thinking like the Academy Awards? Or
Yeah,
like a-
because I know for 2017 it was Lady Bird.
what won best overall picture?
Yeah, Best Picture. It was Lady Bird, I think.
Um,
It was either Lady
maybe
Bird.
Lady Bird.
Oh, wait, what the heck?
What, The Shape of Water?
Shape of Water was for 2018.
Are you sure? I thought that was a
What's 2017?
maybe it came out after the it's Moonlight. Moonlight's good.
Moonlight is good, but it says it's 2017, and on the list of 2017.
Maybe-
It's for like the previous.
I think it's like because there's a cutoff for
Yeah.
the Academy, and I
That's
think like
true.
if a movie comes out in like December,
That's true.
I mean when did what's it called come out?
Yeah, I mean, if Moonlight did come out in like 2016 or something, and it won 2017, it's rightfully so. That shit is very good.
Moonlight's very good. Yes. Wow. Okay, so at least we have movies as an overall topic for this
Yeah.
this podcast.
Boyhood is also very good.
Boyhood's great. That's the one where it's like
It
this
follows a kid
through
from like
life, right?
yeah, from age like 0 to like 18.
But yeah, and it's very interesting to see what will win Best Picture of 2019.
Yeah.
There's a lot of contenders because 2019 wasn't as bad as 2018, but it also wasn't as good as 2017.
Yeah,
you know?
2017 was consistent.
What came out this year? I don't
Was
really-
consistent.
What
I'm
came out?
I'm blanking out. What came out this year?
Here, let me bring up that list for you.
List of like contenders or like
Yeah, list of
considerations.
2019. Yeah. So let's see. Let's just bring up the whole. You like that?
ASMR.
Yeah, correct. As we're winding down here, I mean, again, a lot of superhero movies. Toy Story 4, John Wick 3, Godzilla. Godzilla was fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Midsummer.
I just watched that recently.
Yeah, did you like it?
It's it was cool.
It was cool.
It was
Not as scary as Hereditary, but it's definitely.
It's weird, and I
suspenseful.
like how weird it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Alita battle angel.
Gross.
Oh well.
It just sucks that it sucks that movie didn't make a lot of money because I kind of just don't like it when that happens because I feel because that's animators who are like working on
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
And it's like the fact that it's like, oh yeah, this movie flopped. It's like, well. Yeah, not too much. We have Pet Sematary remake.
Didn't watch that.
Is that Stephen King?
Yeah.
Yes. I think Stephen King can forever just not do anything and make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, because he wrote all his books. Everyone's
And there's
like
another one
to...
based off of The Shining. That's
Right,
coming
it's
out.
gonna come
But
out.
that's also based off a
Oh,
book.
the book, yeah.
Like there was a Shining sequel
Dr.
that he
Sleep?
wrote. Yeah, Doctor Sleep, which
Which has nothing to do, or like it's the only like tie back to The Shining is the hotel, right? It like the Doctor Sleep has to do with like powers, right?
well because the Shining sequel makes like the ability the kid has in the Shining 1 called the Shining.
Mm.
Like
the
second movie is just about like people who have the
delving
Shining.
more into that. Yeah. Okay.
I call it the Shining.
There's The Hustle, but we also watched Hustlers.
There's two.
How do you
Right.
how do you feel about Hustlers?
What was that even about again?
That was the one with
Feel kinda
Constance Wu, and she's a stripper.
bad. Oh right,
Yeah.
with like a lot of like celebrities like
Yeah, strong
Keke
female.
Palmer, Lizzo, Cardi B. I mean, I don't
J-Lo.
relate to. Yeah, J-Lo did really good in Hustlers.
Yeah.
Yes. Very drama.
I didn't watch a lot of movies. I think in 2019.
Well,
Also, there probably weren't a lot of movies that came out.
I mean, it's also not the end of the year.
That's true. We're nearing it though.
It's
and-
coming out later this year though.
I mean, Star Wars is December. We have Glass was whatever, dude. Glass was so whatever.
Oh, we did watch Shazam.
Shazam was good.
Shazam was cute. I think
It's a
Shazam is the
cute-
best of the
movie.
superhero movies this year. I think.
I still want to watch this. The Farewell.
The Farewell, yeah.
I feel like a lot of Asians can relate to that.
Sorry, this last segment has been us just looking at a list, but
Yeah.
You get the idea.
you get the idea.
I
And
hope
also,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up. Let's wrap up this first little episode.
Okay. This is pretty smooth.
This was pretty fun.
I hope you liked it.
Yeah, me too. Because
I liked it.
if you didn't, we're not. if you didn't, we're not gonna stop. But
Yeah.
we'll feel sad about it, and we'll try to be better. Pretty much.
One
That's it.
listener is good enough for me to keep going.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
like, play this when you're driving
Driving to work.
Driving to school.
Have a conversation.
Getting ready, you know.
Also, if you at me on Twitter, I'll absolutely have a conversation with you. My public Twitter is at @pulse_caster. If you at me on there, I've had a moment where I was like casting once, like an esports event, and then somebody like mentioned me on like Twitter like about like the cast, and like mid cast, I responded to them. So
Nice.
Yes.
I'll probably do
and
something
I will
along the lines.
probably.
He's a man of the people.
You know, if you DM me on Instagram,
Yeah,
I'll reply back.
we'll have a little convo.
I'm not weird.
Unless y'all are weird.
Unless you're weird,
Unless
then blocked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're gonna decline that
Don't
message.
get at me like that.
Anyway, we're about to record another one, but it'll be another week until you hear us three.
So you can't really tell.
So, yeah.
We just said. We just told them.
Yeah.
But they can't tell.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys next week. Have a safe week. Travel safely.
Do what makes you happy.
Do what makes you happy.
Love yourself. Drink water.
Meditate.
Wow.
Uh,
Didn't know this is what this is gonna turn into.
Really meditate though. You know.
Really?
Just breathe sometimes.
Whoa, we're giving
maybe
like straight life advice now.
take a hike or a
Yeah.
walk.
We'll talk about it in the next episode.
Try crack.
Try crack. Try everything.
Try meth.
Maybe.
Try everything once.
okay, bye guys.
Maybe go on a street and just be like,
Fucking
hey.
kill someone.
Oh, what's that? Is that the outro music fading in? Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye guys.
That's how we're gonna end every episode. Try crack.
Try crack.
It'll be worth it.
Maybe. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the first episode of the Jackie's House podcast. If you enjoyed, we're going to try to do this every week, so make sure you tune in, follow on whatever you're watching on, SoundCloud, YouTube, and if you want to keep up with us individually, all of our links are going to be in the description. Alright guys,